Well, good morning. Just getting ready to leave Phoenix. It's about 9:22 on a Saturday, and they have been getting remnants from they've been getting remnants from a tropical storm, and they are freaking out in the desert because they are not used to this. It's kind of interesting. And they're very concerned about flooding, so I have an extra element of excitement on my way back. Once again, I'm glad that you all have come along to keep me company. I had a good visit with family, celebrated my mama's birthday, and now ready for the 2-day trek back. I've got a new story picked out. It's by Wally Lamb, so I'm excited to see how that plays out. I haven't started it just yet. I'm going to listen to some music this morning. Music in the rain. All right, well, stay tuned. Crunchy. There's just a bad accident on the other side of the road, so got to stay alert. Rain in the desert. Well, surprisingly, this is the first wreck slowdown that I have hit this whole trip. So I'm grateful that there hasn't been more, and I hope that everyone is okay. Yikes. Prayers. Goodness. About to hours and 15 minutes for my stop for the night. I've been redirected onto uh, outer road because there is a major slowdown on the highway. It says a 25-minute delay. So I'm glad that Google Maps is seeing me through this and has redirected me around this second accident for the day. But headed to Tucumcari, New Mexico to rest for the night. Been listening to this audiobook that was Oprah. Sorry, a little dip in the road there. This was a Oprah book club recommendation. So it's been really pretty riveting so far. I've really been enjoying it. Well, JK, looks like I'm not avoiding it, but maybe I cut off a few minutes with that outer road bypass. It looks like there's no way around it, or it would take longer than the 20 minutes. So here we are for a while. Luckily, I have my story to keep me company and a full tank of gas and some snacks. Well, so there are lots of things to do on this drive back from Phoenix to even where I'm at now in New Mexico on my way to Tucumcari. I'm not quite to Santa Rosa even yet. But Albuquerque had a balloon festival going on. I just took a cursory glance at the website and it looked like they may have been sold out, but it looked like it was quite the to-do. Over a week-long event, and this is the next to the last day. So though I was curious, I felt like that was going to be a lengthy detour, so I opted not to. Before that, there was the Painted Desert and the Petrified Forest. But both of those are national parks, and I was a little bit concerned that they might not be open because that's what I saw on the news, that all the national parks were closed right now due to government shutdown. So I didn't spend a lot of time trying to attempt to do that either. But those are options if you're headed down this route in the future, hopefully. All right, it looks like I still have 14 minutes of a delay here, so I'm going to resume listening to The River is Waiting by Wally Lamb. Oh, and also, before I even left Phoenix, I looked into visiting Taliesin West, where Frank Lloyd Wright lived and taught and had apprentices study and design. But it was $44 for a 1-hour self-guided tour, which I was still willing to consider. I mean, I haven't been to Taliesin West. I have been to Taliesin, I believe, in Chicago. I would have definitely enjoyed that. But when I went into the website to see if they had any tickets available, it said that they actually closed today due to the inclement weather, which was the rain that the valley was getting, and the desert is so not used to getting rain that that's how it impacts them. There was some flooding. I didn't experience any flooding on my drive, thank goodness. It does look like, as we're headed east, that it is going to start to rain here in a little bit. So hopefully we get past the slowdown before that. But we shall see. Hope you're enjoying the views. Well, it looks like all of that was just due to construction going down to one lane in each direction on I-40. So I'm grateful that there was not another accident, and I seem to be moving along fairly well right now, and I think we're getting ready to get out of this. So that's exciting. Getting ready to leave the Econo Lodge this morning in Tucumcari. I would say it was acceptable. Probably one of the least expensive hotels I've stayed at. And it was fairly clean, so that's one of the most important things to me. The bed was comfortable. Breakfast, not so much. I decided to pass on. But not a bad place to stop if you need to stay over in Tucumcari. Well, a happy Sunday morning to you. How did you sleep? I'm still waiting for my coffee to kick in. I was debating, because I'm getting pretty close to hitting Amarillo. I was debating on taking a little detour and going to the second largest canyon in the U.S. But it looks like it's about 20 minutes off the highway, and it's kind of overcast or maybe even raining, so I don't know if I want to do that or not. I'm kind of feeling a little waffly about it, but might see if there's some other sights to see along Route 66 on your way back home. Stay tuned. Tucumcari was a little abandoned this morning. It feels like maybe it's Route 66 heyday is a few years in the past. But there was a neat little RV park that I saw on the way out of town, and it was called Blaze Saddles. There were quite a few people, quite a few RVs there, so it sounds like that must be one of the places that RVers traveling through stop and stay. So we'll have to check it out. Well, I am lucking out at all of the Route 66 stops. They're either closed or they'll be closed when I get there. Just past Cadillac Ranch, and man, it was crowded this morning. There were a lot of people there, so I'm glad that I hit it on the way out last weekend. So I'm batting 1,000 with these stops along Route 66. It's overcast and sprinkling in Amarillo, so I decided not to take the 20-minute each-way detour, and instead, right now, I should get home by 7:30, but I'll still be making some stops, get some gas, get some food. So, oh wow, Twin Peaks and Amarillo. Oh yeah, by the way, Amarillo by morning. It's barely still morning since I crossed time zones again. Welcome to Oklahoma City. Look at that. Not a lot of traffic downtown on a Sunday afternoon. But people randomly crossing the street. Here's one of the sites for Route 66. Used to be on top of a grocery store. Goodness gracious, a little bit of crazy driving on in downtown Oklahoma City. All that for a milk bottle. Risking my life. Looks like somebody's building a plane. That's pretty cool. One of the coolest things I've seen on the road. Man, I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit tired of being in this car. So, less than 3 hours from home, and get close to Tulsa. Living on Tulsa time. There's like a song for every city, it seems like. Oh, just stopped in Claremore, Oklahoma. This should be our last stop before Spring Vegas. Slick has been doing great. He's my trusty Steve. My phone holder, less great. But I did manage to clean the window off for you so that you could have a little bit better view for these last few miles. The end of this very long trip. But, you know, the whole time, I haven't had any concerns about not being safe. You know, when I did all that preparation, the number one rule was be aware of your surroundings. And I think that I do a good job of that. And as long as I follow that and also have something to defend myself with, whether it be the self-defense moves that I learned, if nothing else, then I think I'll be okay. Of course, you never know, but I've not been concerned at all. Finishing up the story, I hope I get it done, but it definitely is wrapping up. I'll let you know how it ends.
She says she believes that painters and writers are magicians of a sort, that they invite us to lose ourselves in their work and, in doing so, find ourselves.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
Well, we are in our last 100 miles. We're gonna make it. The book's not quite done yet. It's getting close. So I still have the ending to tell you about. But I have to say, you know, driving, well, I think it's going to be 1,250 miles back. There's 1,600 miles there. Driving over 3,000 miles. Almost 3,000 miles. I just think about how beautiful it all is. And it just moves me.
I never ran, said no, man, I still go, 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 go.
There's a familiar sight downstream.
Go, 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 go.
Back in Spring Vegas. Picking up some Chinese food before I go home. I'm so excited to be home. So that makes me wonder what would it be like if I was full-time RVing? Jared and I were full-time RVing. Is home the RV? I just wonder, how it would be different and when you have that feeling of being home. Deep Thoughts by Jennifer. I am so tired. And Slick has been so good to me. Such a good car. So reliable. But I am so ready to get out. Can't wait for our next adventure, though. Thanks for tagging along. See you soon. Good morning. I am back in Spring Vegas and headed to work, but I wanted to touch base with you all because I didn't want to leave you hanging. I finished the audiobook, The River Awaits by Wally Lamb. The River is Waiting. I guess The River is Waiting by Wally Lamb. And I just wanted to let you all know that it was a really, really good book. It was raw and ugly, and it was so emotional, and the ending just really made me think about the impact that we have on others. And so I just wanted to share with you all that I recommend that story. That book was really good. 10 out of 10. So, all right. Well, take care and join us for our next exciting adventures coming soon.